Well, what have we here? Idris Elba to replace Will Smith in the Suicide Squad. Yeah, in case you haven't heard, Will Smith is out. No, not like that, not yet anyway, but he left that movie behind, and who can blame him? Suicide Squad started out interesting and then fizzled because it had no story and no plot. And whatever story they had in mind, there's different versions floating around and what David Ayer wanted to do and all that. And then whatever we ended up with got chopped up and stuff. And so the sad story of the DC superhero movies keeps repeating itself until recent events. So hopefully they learned their lesson. Anyway, here's Idris Elba, a guy that everybody loves, and they keep putting him in different roles and wanting him in this and that and all over the place. And he never seems to get this big franchise that to make him a mega star. You know, it's like he's already a star without the franchise or anything, you know. But he's this solid actor. He does well. It's just the movies haven't lived up to the standard of his abilities, you know. So here we go. Just a week ago, it was reported that Will Smith will not reprise his role as Deadshot in Warner Brothers and DC Films' The Suicide Squad. Now, The Hollywood Reporter brings word that director James Gunn, what are you going to do, and the studio have selected Idris Elba, Pacific Rim, Star Trek Beyond. Well, you see, wasn't there better films to mention? Pacific Rim wasn't any good. Star Trek Beyond I liked okay, but it probably only looked good to me because Star Trek Into Darkness was so good, awful. So there's that. But Idris Elba, he was okay in it. He did good. Like, again, he's a solid guy to go to. And, so any flaws in it wasn't on him. The same thing with Pacific Rim. He was good even in Dark Tower, which is another one that was good, awful, but not because of him. In fact, it's really sad because I think that would have been a cool franchise there for him to be a part of. But, anyway, he's there to replace Smith as the expert assassin, the actor who has appeared in comic book movies like The Losers and as Heimdall in Thor and Avengers films was apparently the studio's one and only choice. Yeah. Well, you know, Deadshot was originally a white character in the comic books and still is. Yeah, you can't go back once you do these moves. So, yeah, well, what are you going to do? Smith's departure was amicable, and it ultimately came down to his busy schedule. No. I mean, I'm sure he's got a busy schedule, but no, he realized this thing stunk and he didn't want any part of it after that. He gets into that movie and you want me to hold a gun and walk around in a street for 2 hours. That's right, Will. And that's pretty much what he did. Yeah. So, it was suggested that Margot Robbie will skip the sequel as well. But new report says that Harley Quinn will appear. It's not clear if Joel Kinnaman's Rick Flag will return. Yeah. I've heard it's all a new cast, but if they're recasting the characters, I mean, Idris Elba would be Deadshot. So Deadshot's a pretty significant part of the Suicide Squad team. So I guess they want to keep him there. I'm just interested to see if they would have other characters that have appeared in there. No mention if the Enchantress would return. I don't quite like how they handled that. Nothing against the actress there. Again, the look was cool and kind of a horror movie look rather than the actual comic book version. But she shouldn't have been the main villain of the movie. Anyway, no point getting into all that. Former Guardians of the Galaxy director James Gunn. Oh boy, I don't know. Because everybody praises Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't. I like the second one better than the first one, but I just don't see why that was so amazing, you know. And Well, whatever. What are you going to do? And the Suicide Squad will act as a soft reboot for the franchise. Well, a reboot for the second movie, But yes, Deadshot is one of the key characters in the comic book team. However, Deadshot made his debut as a Batman villain. Yeah, all the villains. That's the whole point. They were comic book villains, and the series came up with the idea that the government would recruit these villains that they had incarcerated to do these Black Ops missions. And and what made it cooler was that they were established villains. I mean, sometimes a couple of them, even the Penguin was a member of the team at one point. So, and of course, Captain Boomerang is one of the main Flash villains, and so on and so forth. So that's really not a big discovery here, buddy. And he was featured in the Secret Six and all that. Well, so yeah, but he was kind of the mainstay guy in the Suicide Squad adventure. No, it wasn't Harley Quinn. That's only a very recent thing. It was Deadshot. So whether or not they'll bring in the other ones, if Boomerang will be there, if Croc would be there, all that, I don't know. But definitely Deadshot and probably Harley Quinn. That was supposed to be the breakout star for our character for the movie, despite its artistic failure, let's put it that way. And boy, I tell you, that Birds of Prey just looks like crap. So this one might be the better of the two, but it's got to have an actual story, and preferably some story that is a kind of, superheroic, yes, but superhero version of a Black Ops team going on a mission, and something goes wrong, and that kind of thing, So, yeah, I got no problem with this. I think Idris Elba's a solid actor. I can understand them going for him. And it's still kind of the rumor deal, but the Hollywood Reporter thinks it's true. So, welcome aboard, Mr. Elba. Thanks for watching and listening. Say, while you're here, why not check out that link description below? That'll take you to my many stores that have plenty of goodies for you. That's right, you.